Ladies and gentlemen, it brings me great honor. And even though we can hear Spencer moving around the tea table, the tea plate, because we know you're about to eat food, Spencer. We already know what time it is.
Bro.
You see, I told you, the man's got 2 donuts. We haven't even started to think the man's got his donuts on the standby. I heard the plate, so I don't even know how he's gonna do it without everyone knowing. But ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce the show to you in the magical words of dream it, believe it, become it.
Come on up.
What go on, Spence?
Yeah, Tun, I'm good. I'm blessed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, thank you very much, dude, Alexander. You know what time of day it is. What a incredible fight that we were blessed to see last night, Tun.
That has to be. It has to be. Fabio Wardley, Fraser Clarke, you gave us, I would say, it's definitely, I mean, you would know more about this than me, Spencer.
You're damn right I would. But
that has to be ranked up there. Oh, let me see if this is the black Gucci. Let me try the gold Gucci. The Matthew Gucci. That has to be ranked up there.
Sorry, Tunde, say there's an old African saying.
There's an old African saying, Spencer, that has to be ranked up there as one of, if not the top British heavyweight title fights seen in a British, and let me add to that, London ring. Spence, what do you say about
that? We have seen some barn burners in the past. Yeah, in British rings. Derek Chisora, Dylan White, first fight was a wicked fight. Second fight was a great fight as well, but the first fight was a wicked fight, right?
Right there.
And I'll believe that fight would rank above. I'm not taking nothing away from what the two men demonstrated last night at all. And you can't. Nobody could sit here and take away anything from what these two men went out and did, because if you look at both men, they have a kind of benign, gentle demeanor.
Let me just cut you there. Why does this trim of yours, why does it look so tough? And bro, you gotta allow the black spray thing.
Tunde, you would like to use the black spray thing, but you can't see it because you're so dark.
Hey, don't knock the blackness. Don't knock the blackness. The black of the berry, the sweet of the juice, mate. You know the saying. The females know the saying. Anyway,
Tun, that was made up by some Nigerian.
Sorry. Adam Lord, the neighbors are complaining. I'm banging down the place. Adam Lord, thank you for the £8, sir. He said, "Hey, what a fight that was. I know the focus is understandably on Wardley Clarke, but what did you think of Tim Tszyu versus, it's not Fendora, sir, it's Fondora. Fondora. It's not Fen anyway. But we're going to get onto that. But let us not take the shine, the well-deserved shine of Wardley Clarke. Spence, now that me and you have gone into... Oh, wait there. WBM Boxing View says, Tunde, when are we finally going to be able to witness Yarde sleep Buatsi? Please, everyone. This is not the conversation this evening. The conversation is where it's supposed to be. And I think if we all looked at media, boxing media in particular today, it was littered. Spencer, please, come on now. Come on, stop all this nonsense.
Bro, man's been fasting all day, you know.
It was littered, and rightly so, with the headlines of Fabio Wardley and the big boss, I call him. If you see I was shouting, for Fraser, I'm just being a bit little biased, but I was shouting for Fraser. You know, Fraser's my guy. But yeah, Spence, come on, sorry. I just had to big up WN Boxing Views for the $4.99.
Big up. Tunde, I would say, regardless of it ranks up there, when it truly ranks up there is in years to come. Because in years to come, we're still going to call about that fight. It was an excellent fight, right? It really was an excellent fight. And both men showed real heart. But the one that showed the professional composure in that fight, was Fabio Wardley. And and listen, and this is not no criticism of Fraser Clarke, because you don't know. But I'm gonna pull Fraser on a couple of things, When end of the fight and Fraser kind of collapsed,
Wait. Before you touch, big up Michael Reed. Blessings, brother. Thank you for the $4.99. He says, just blessings. The thing with the Snapchat covered all day, every day. Thank you, Michael. Really, really appreciate that, brother. Go ahead, Spence. You was talking about the issues that you had with Fraser Clarke.
When Fraser, because rightfully so, he put everything in, he was knackered. Your corner, right, is meant to try and tell you, like, you don't collapse on the ropes, no matter how tired you are. You firm it. You know what I mean? There's little tricks that you have to understand in the pro game that, and this is not a knock on Angel Fernandez. I'm just saying, did you see how quick Clifton Mitchell was to pull him up? Because Clifton knows the game. You don't end of the fight. It's still in a judge's head. Right, who won that round?
You know what? As you're saying it, Spence, sorry to cut you, brother. As you're saying it, I'm thinking that because that don't look good. And if I was the judge, I would just that's my little point. But carry on, Spence. That's a good point there you're making, bro.
All of that collapsing thing, cost him the fight, John.
You think? But don't you think? I mean, I'm gonna kind of back Fraser here. Wouldn't you say it's part of the experience, which, unless going through it, you don't know it? And yes,
I understand.
He should have definitely had corner. The corner should have really, as he sees his knees dip, you just jerk him back up. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I know. But what I'm saying is this: I remember a box that you were cool. James Cook was in my corner, and it was only a 6-round fight. But I come back to the end of the fight, and I was knackered, Ton. Now I laid on the ropes like this, and James boxed my hand and said, "Never you show weakness." I stood straight back up. Do you understand? You don't show that, and it's easier said than done because it's a hell of a fight, right? But and this is down to experience of his corner, where you don't do that, because what did Dylan White do? Fabio's tired as well, you know. That man rushed him, put his hands up, held his hands up, right? To signal that my guy's good. We've got this one. Those things are last and telling things in the head of a judge, because a judge is only human, and a judge will also try and use intelligence, but it'll also have that of emotional intelligence as well. And you can be influenced by emotion. So when you're seeing that, I was like, ooh. But Fraser done some wicked things in the fight, you know. The way he was jabbing, his uppercuts, he done some really good things. And so did Fabio. Fabio put in some hard combinations in there. And it's kind of weird. Like, Fabio's got immense fighting heart, you know, because come round 7, 8, he looked gone.
You know, as the fight, I think it was round 2, I tweeted, I beg Fabio, I beg Fraser, mind for the overhand right. I tweeted it because it was so obvious to me from a trainer's perspective that was one of the key shots that they were looking for. And I don't know. I mean, I saw the kind of gloves are off thing where both trainers were. I don't know if both trainers, but definitely Fernandez was really talking about game plan, and even that in myself, I was like, bro, well, I don't even understand why you're giving man your game
What?
plan.
You know what I
But
mean? I wouldn't be
whether
saying anything.
whether it was a trick or not, the overhand right was just the
It
shot.
wasn't a trick because he was through the overhand right on him.
Bro, like, come on,
So
man.
it seems. So I'm going to be real, Tunde. I'm going to be real.
Yeah.
It seems like Angel Fernandez tricked himself to route it.
Yeah. Anyway, listen. One thing Angel did is undoubtedly get Fraser in good shape, because you can tell that Fraser
Tunde, I could go
really.
fitness first for that.
Say that again, mate.
I can go to fitness first for that.
Come on, what's the matter with you, bro?
No,
All right.
John, put up what John just
Spencer
put there.
speaking the truth.
Put up what John just put there, Tun. Because enough times when people put my name in the thing, you don't put it up on the screen. So I'm telling you now.
It's money. It's money. It's not me.
Right.
It's not money. It's money.
And I'm listen, bro. I'm just telling man this straight, yeah.
Man said he could have gone fitness first.
Right. When you turn around and say, "Oh, but he did get him fit," brother. If it's a fitness game, yeah, I'll just buy some Jane Fonda DVDs and put them in, right?
You're showing your age, mate. No one.
Yeah, of course I am.
Couple
Of
man,
course I am. Right? I'm telling you, you could go get it for nothing near to nothing now, right? You get it. So it's not a case about fitness. It's about using fighting intellect. This is what this game's about. It's about fighting intellect. And it was a hell of a fight. And I mean a hell of a fight. And I'm saying this now. I don't know. I don't know what that fight's taken out of either of those guys, because that was a hard fight.
You know what?
Right?
What I was actually thinking that I missed all the praise and adulation with regards to it being a belter. Oh, Spence, you got your phone on again or something?
No.
Or something's echoing. Can anyone hear the echo? Testing 1 2. Yeah, there's a mad echo. Can anyone hear the echo other than myself? Well, there's no echo now. Yeah. Anyway, it was probably Manny. It was probably so there's no echo now, though, is there? Everyone's saying yes. It's not me, Karma. It's not me. You know, we all know it's always Spencer. Spencer,
bro. I'm not on no phone. I'm not. You know what I mean? My phone's nowhere near my computer.
All right. Well, anyway, yeah, I've lost my chain of thought now. What was I saying, Spence? Sorry, if you remember.
No, you said you was thinking something while the fight was going on.
Yes. I was saying that. Yeah, thank you, Manny. I was saying that I couldn't help but think, although amongst all the adulation and the praise and what have you,
what's taken out of them?
It's gonna take a lot more. I believe more so out of Fraser than it did Fabio, because Fabio, I think with Fabio, yes, he took some shots. It was the blood that made it appear worse than I really think it was. It was a hard fight. Oh, you know, ultimately it was a hard fight. But those two young men were trading level from round one. And we know fights have a cumulative effect. Neither of these boys are spring chickens. So would you want to see another rematch?
1,000,000%.
A rematch? Yes,
I want to see Tunde. I want to see an automatic rematch.
Yeah, no need for these boys to go a step further. We need a rematch. And maybe Fraser will be thinking to himself now, I trained my hardest, I trained my life for this fight. I wanted to win it for my 2 kids and family and what have you. I know what kind of shape I've got to be in from this point forward. It could be a turning point, you know. Yeah, Fabio. I mean, yeah, how many big fights has he got left? Let's keep it real. Not Fabio, Fraser. You know, how many big fights has Fraser got? Hence the reason why they had to push this quick, because age comes into the factor. Yes, he's got the experience. Yes, he's, you know, a well-traveled amateur, but he ain't young. And that fight on Sunday night was a barnstormer, Spence.
Tunde, I'm gonna go watch back the fight again.
Yeah, I need to
I mean,
watch because who is having a
it's up on
conversation?
YouTube as well. It's up on
Who was having
YouTube.
a conversation in the gym today? Because I'm like, without the point deduction and the knockdown, Fraser won.
He did.
Yeah, but certain fighters today was telling me Fabio won, and I'm like,
Yeah, but you know what? It's semantics, right? What I'm trying to
yes,
say is this: let's not take away from what a great fight that was, because I didn't watch that fight and think there was a robbery in there. You know what I
that's
mean?
what I'm saying. At the
Right.
end of the bell, I was like, yeah, this is a draw. Big up Nathan
Yeah,
Bailey.
big up.
Are Whittaker and Mark who hype jobs? We're gonna get onto
Stop
that
for a
soon.
second. Stop for a second. Right? Ben Whittaker is not a hype job. Right?
Of course, he's
Um,
a silver medalist. He can't be.
right. Thank you very much. Right?
Yeah.
Marku is not a hype job. Right?
Mm.
He's not. He's just limited, and they tried to teach him how to box. And Chris Congo used Marku like he was a bongo drum. Right? Remember, he's at primary school.
Chris
You get to play the
Congo was
bongo
doing
drums. Didn't
Chris Congo. Now, listen, don't spoil the show, man. We're gonna get onto these undercard because
All
let
right,
me
cool.
again credit to Ben Shalom, Boxer and Sky. It was a brilliant value for money show. Brilliant value from top to bottom. So much to talk about on the undercard. A young man who's fast becoming one of my top young prospects in Callum Simpson. You know, good fight for him. I don't know where they find that brother from, but he had a good record. I think they made up the record of the night, bro. The brother looked like they just shipped him in from Peckham, aka Lagos, on that night. But regardless, Callum Simpson is becoming one of my favorite fighters, young up and coming fighters, and
It's
that's going to
exciting,
be a
man.
great fight between him and Zachary. That's a big fight. I want to see what Callum's coming with in that fight, because I know Zachary is a solid youth. Zachary is a solid youth, so that's going to be a great fight for the fans. I believe it's going to be a toe-to-toe war. But anyway, back to Fraser and Fabio. And we were talking about how the fight may have aged both of them. We want to see a rematch. Does the rematch go any different, Spencer?
What, then a draw? No, because somebody's gonna win. That's how it's gonna be.
I mean, in terms of tactics, can you see either of them do anything different?
Yes. You know what I mean? You know what? Because sometimes, you know what I like about Fabio? Fabio, when he's in there, he likes to take a look. You know what I mean?
Okay, yes,
He
that's
does
true.
it. He likes to take a look, then he's letting off hands. And there still could have been little doubts in his head, even though he was a favorite and all the rest. There could be doubts in his head because he's saying, right, I'm in there with an Olympian. I'm in there with a former national champion. I'm in there with a Commonwealth Games gold medalist. Right? So those things could have been in his head. Right? But because he's the quicker of the two, right? And he can punch as well. Because he's the quicker of the two, we don't know. But then also it's like Frazier could be thinking down and saying, like, you know what, I should have started earlier because I know I can rough him up.
But I think he did start earlier, Spence. And
He
yeah,
did start early, but I'm saying
he
even
won
start
the
even
first.
earlier than that. Be a little bit more aggressive.
Okay, yeah, do
You know
more
what I
than a
mean?
jab, finger right hand behind it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah. Because he was jabbing hard. He was jabbing hard. You know what I mean? I'd have liked to seen a little bit more body attack from Frazier to be honest. Like to put in like a 1-2 combination downstairs, which he didn't do. But
yeah, every time I kept on shouting, throw the right hand, I was like,
yeah,
bro, come on, man, look up, put your body behind it. You backed him up against the rope. There were times when it's like it was there, but it just, man. I know listen. I'm more than everyone. A lot of people know it's easier said than done.
it
But I
is.
was like, I felt that Fraser, if he just, mate, if he just come with a little bit more, Spence. You
Well,
know,
the thing about it is this is like I like Frazier a lot. I've known him for years. But I do like Fabio Wardley, very respectful human being.
very, very, very. And you know what? Let me
Respectful.
just say, one of the questions I had was, let's look at it like this way. Fraser is a decorated amateur, Commonwealth Games
Mm-hmm.
gold medalist, Olympic bronze medalist, if I'm not mistaken. Is it bronze or silver he got? No, it was a
And
bronze,
he's
right?
got bronze. He got bronze.
He got a bronze in the
Remember, he
Olympics.
went in there with a cut eye, you know.
This fight or the Olympics?
No, he went into the Olympics
With a cut
in the
eye.
semis with a cut eye.
Yeah. Fabio's a roadman. Fabio's a roadman. He just had a couple white collar fight. Boom. So what does that? I mean, what does that really say for going
The
through
state of
the
boxing.
right way of the amateur system and then turning
Tunde,
pro?
I believe, like, you get certain guys that can bend the rules. And I think
Yes.
Fabio Wardley is just one of those guys that can bend the rules because he
Yes.
had no amateur fights whatsoever.
Listen to this.
Right?
Listen to this. Wait. Come on.
We can't hear it, Tunde. It's glitching in and out, bro.
right. That's me giving drama yesterday in the fight. Saying, come on, Fraser. Get it, brother. I was jumping around the place. It was such a dramatic fight. Anyway, as you said, there are some people that can break the rules, and Fabio is
He's one
definitely
of them, Tunde. He's one of them. He's one of them. Like, and not only that, but he's a good kid, man. He's a supreme talent. Supreme talent. So
do you feel that he can take it further above and beyond the British level?
yes, I do. Especially, thank you very much, Michael Reed, for the £4.99. Clarke wins the rematch. Clarke was very accomplished. Fabio went into war mode.
Yes.
When pressed.
Yes.
Yep. If Clarke manages to ambush and he's on home and hoist. You know what? I'm gonna say this,
Fair
right?
point.
It's a valid point.
Yes.
I'm saying I think the doubt and reservation there must have been in the back of Fabio's mind, yeah? That regardless, I'm still in there with a man that's got far more experience than me. Yes. Even though in the pro game I've done what I've meant to done, and Fraser Clarke has looked he didn't look overly impressive in these fights, right? So Fraser now gone and had an opportunity to go and show his stuff, but at the same time,
prove the doubts.
Fabio Wardley showed his stuff as well, and like I said, it was a fitting end to have that a draw turn.
Yes, I think for me, Fraser, he answered a lot of questions. One, chin. Two, stamina still needs to be improved upon. Definitely. And I mean, as grueling as a fight it was, I will be urging Fraser to get straight back in the gym, straight back on the road. Fighters have to do their road work. I don't know why people think that they can just run on a treadmill and that's your fitness. You got to put your foot on the concrete. You got to run. You have to run. All this talk about their heavyweights, they don't need to run. Heavyweights have to run. Ali run. Fraser run. George Foreman run. You have to run to build up your stamina. James Cook, one of the things James said to me, remember when I first started working, and I remember his key words. James was like, maybe I'm giving away the nuggets here, but really they're not really nuggets. It's supposed to be just basic common sense.
Common sense.
Engines are not built in 8 weeks. I'm gonna say it again because these are words of James Cook. Engines are not built in 8 weeks, 8 or 12-week camps. Engines are built over time. That's where your stamina is coming from, and then obviously there's the mental stamina, which in the gym or whatever you can take, but in a fight, that's where you're getting the nuts and guts, and you can really test yourself. So Air Max 90 King says, what type of engines? The engines you need to go 12 rounds. You see how these men are punching for like. Look, I mean, Shakur's a great example. Floyd is a great example. Joe Calzaghe is a great example.
Joe Kawasaki is one of the greatest example.
Carl Froch is a great example because Carl Froch used to throw bombs. I remember one time I bought a certain fighter whose name I'm not going to mention. I'm not giving him no air time. Down to this time it was McCracken down the old Lennox Lewis College.
In
Remember the
Clapton.
old Lennox Lewis College?
In Clapton, yeah.
In Clapton, Lennox's gym. Bro, sparring with Carl Froch. I'm there, I'm new in the circuit. You know, listen, I got all the ideas and everything like that, thinking I am what I am. As the first bell went, Spencer, Carl Froch is bro, you know, like the shots were mad. They were so powerful, bro. I'm like, bro, what's going on here? But, you know, in order to maintain that kind of power, I mean, wasn't it the 12th round he knocked out Jermaine Taylor?
12th and final round. And he was behind on points.
Final round. Carl Froch is showing you these men don't just get engines in 8 weeks. This man was staying in Clapton, I'm sure, Monday to Friday and going back up to Nottingham on the weekend. I remember. So, you know, I
remember when Carl Froch broke up Anthony Smalls.
Yeah. All right. I never knew about that.
He gave him some little stiff hand.
Oh, man. Carl Froch had a serious granite chin. And I believe the chin comes from the conditioning as well as the mental, you know.
It does.
Yeah, you won't have a guy with a granite chin that don't train. You know, that's nonsense. Marvin Hagler had a granite chin because he trained his ass off.
Bro.
And that's it. I mean, we're going off subject here. But yeah, I personally think, but the reason why I asked you what can either fighter do different, because I think Fabio can't really do much different to what he done in that fight the other night, Spence. But I believe Fraser can.
I disagree, but you continue. I disagree.
Yeah, I believe Fraser now realizing that he has great boxing ability, Fraser can fight. But as you said, it's going to be a case where he's going to have to make adjustments early, you know, and use that solid jab, but be consistent with the jab all the way through. Don't back up so much. He was backing up too much.
Too much.
He was backing up too much on 19 stone. But, you know, listen, it's all hindsight. It's all hindsight. Fraser's got that experience now of being in there in a dogfight. Fabio Wardley was made for dogfights. That's why I like Fabio, because Fabio is smoke all the time. And, you know, listen, again, I'm going to say it. For someone who's come from the unlicensed circuit, for someone who in 18 fights now has had 16 knockouts. This is incredible, an incredible story. And I think the two of these guys were made for each other, Spence.
They're saying that the echo's back. I just sent a text out to try and get a guest spot. And the Monday gets me into
$4.99. He says, I'm on holiday, guys, but here's money for the church. Come on, big up Bobby Wright.
Come on.
Is it echoing? Is someone saying it's echoing?
They did, but is it still echoing? The echoing's got
the echo
to
is back.
Now.
Well, I can't hear no echo on my side.
Oh, that's good then. No echo. Right, no
okay.
echo. Cool.
Right. Okay. So I think that's more or less what we can say. Definite candidate for fight of the year. I think both Fabio and Fraser, whatever they got paid on Sunday night, the next fight they need more money.
Yeah.
They need more money. Those boys need more money because that was a fight which has definitely put some miles on the clock. Spence, let us start with 1 second. I've got my notes here.
Ton, phone Courtney, man.
Courtney?
Yeah, and get his fighter on.
I can phone Chris first.
Yeah. Go on, do it.
Let me see if Chris... Listen, if Chris Congo doesn't pick up, he deserves the rest. But let me try Chris. Chris Congo.
He's resting up still.
Chris.
Hello.
Chris, can you hear me?
Yeah. What you saying, Ton? You alright?
Come on, bro. You're live on the fight, is right. I said, bro, let me give Chris.
Send him the link.
Oh, let me send you the link, Chris. Because,
Yeah.
bro, you know me. I'm always bigging up the man's them. We got to hear you. The people got to hear you for this tremendous victory you had last night. I already sent you the. I showed, man. Bro, I'm so happy for you, Anna. Please bless us with a few minutes on the fight, is right. Let me send you the link, yeah.
Send me the link. I'll come in.
All right, thank you.
He has to come. We bust him. No one ever know about him until he come on our show.
Yeah, come on. The fight is right. Yeah. Let me see what's going on. Let me send Chris the link. Stream. Copy. Carry on, Spencer. I'll talk about that fight as well, Spence.
Now, you know what? If you know the abuse that Chris Congo took from Marku's fans, the disgusting abuse that he took online, and he just held it down. He didn't complain about it. I'm going to tell you when he comes on. He didn't complain. He just got on with it and said, all right, then cool. Right? And he was a mass. You know what? I was telling you, it's Caesar who does his bits for Courtney and he works with the fighters, them, right? Who works with, and I was saying to Caesar, I said, Caesar, trust me, he's going to outpoint Marku. You know what I mean? And like, I said, he's going to outpoint him because, and not only that, if you watch the first round, you know, first, like you've been a fighter, Ton. When you're dealing with them power, man, yeah, after you go past 2 rounds, you adjust to their power, you know that. 2-3 rounds, you adjust to their power.
Yes.
Because you feel it in the first, you say, rah, is that what he's got? Because Chris was fighting like, rah, you know what? I ain't getting catch with nothing. You know what I mean? He was on the phone.
Because I was shouting, but I was like, Chris, come on, man, rock it out, fam. Like, I was like, nah. Because, you know, like, the first, it was very, very tactical. But from my perspective, I felt Chris was given a bit too much respect at the beginning. But that's smart, you know? And as the fight unfolded, Chris did what Chris was supposed to do, which is show I'm levels above you. He's saying 2 minutes. He's saying 2 minutes.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, right,
because
Gupta, thank you very much for the $4.99. Blessings you. What's that? Blessings to you both, OGs. Fab has got Dill and Ben Davison in his corner. Big phrase needs a mentality shift if that's prayer time.
Say that again, Spence.
No, on here he says like a big phrase needs a mentality shift to close off the fight. He needs Coach Tunde ?
Who's it? Let me just first of all say, okay. Neeraj Gupta. Blessings to you both, OGs, Fab. Fab has got Dill and Ben Davison in his corner. Big phrase needs a mentality shift to close off the fight. He needs to see Tunde. Well, listen, I don't know. I don't know if this fight was more about mentality because from what I saw, Fraze was up for it. Fraze, I mean, there was an obvious difference in the commitment to the punches. Correct me if I'm wrong, Spence, but you can see the intention of Fabio, whereas Fraser was more. It was. I don't want to say half-hearted, but it wasn't that, bro. I'm punching through you. You know, Fraser was trying to punch through. Fabio was trying to punch through Fraser. I didn't really get that feeling with Fraser, but I did with Fabio. Does that make sense? No,
listen, because Fabio is a very spiteful youth, you know.
Chris said he's parking up now, running to his yard.
Right, Fabio is a very, very. He's spiteful. We saw that in Adelaide.
He's a fighter.
Yeah, he's a fighter. He's a fighter. Very spiteful. You know what I mean? Very. You know what I mean? Like I said, it was. like I said, it was a great fight again. But
I don't know where
when I'm
Dylan's
looking
getting
at the
these guys from, but Dylan is really, really unearthing some gems. You know, because listen, he had a good run. When I say he's still having a run with Alan the Babbitt Savage. I don't know if you saw that fight, Spence.
I
but
did see that
that
fight.
fight was a madness.
It was a swingers.
Whoever is training Steve Robinson, mate, you should have stopped that fight. Because, and I heard he was going to be a sparring partner for Tyson Fury or for Usyk. That is done because the amount of shots, bro. I'm like, hold on. Is this guy seeing what I and many others? I was like, how many punches do you want this? This is why it's very important to have the right people in your corner. This boxing is a cumulative sport. It's a cumulative sport, and unfortunately, or fortunately, or unfortunately, let me not even say fortunately, you're gonna see most of the damage and the effects after your career is over.
Yep.
So I'm like, it's quite obvious your man ain't winning this fight. So I'm like, why are you allowing him to continue to take so much punishment, Spence? It was, and I'm like, I don't even know. I think it was the ref who eventually stopped the fight. Because I think the ref was enjoying it. But then the ref had to like tap himself on the head and like, nah. Bro, we can't allow this thing to go on. You understand? But I don't know if Steve Robinson had any family in them, but I wouldn't have wronged his mum or his dad if they did jump in the ring and start licking after Alan Babbitt because it was too much, Spence. It was too much.
Listen to me. It was like not. I like Steve Robinson. I know his people. You know what I mean? In fact, it was me that hooked him up with Boxer. And I don't know him personally, but his people then came and asked me, and I saw it out for him. And like, them fights, they're not good. But also, when you're dealing with people that sometimes the event can get the better of you, or you're thinking, all right, and it's not the movies. You're not going to pull it out from somewhere where it's not there. You're just going to get broke up. And that's what happened.
Duke Alexander, thank you for the 35 Zar. He says, my Snapchat contribution to Tunde for his next flight back to Lagos. Acknowledging the legend, Spencer, giving awesome insight on a great show. Thank you, Duke Alexander. Thank you for the Zar. I'm not too sure how much 35 Zar is, but whatever it is, from a penny to a pound, it's much appreciated.
Trust me.
Mr. Black Gold, thank you for the £5. He said, Clarke hit Fabio hard. Don't get it twisted. He boxed with fundamentals and spice, but Wardley's talent is when he's losing a match, he'll make a fight. That's a fair observation.
It's true. There is something about Wardley that is kind of Nigel Benish. That I'm hurt. Watch, I'm coming at you. You know what I mean? And you know what? And I'm impressed. I was impressed by the fight yesterday, and I was also impressed how quick Fraser Clarke closed gaps and he closed distance. Yes, I was impressed with that. You know,
feints. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
footwork, feints, and you only have to look at his unlicensed fights to see how much this young man has dedicated himself to improving his craft. It's evident. He was hitting the body and rolling left hooks. I'm like, that ain't no easy feat to do. Like, that's hours of repetition, Spencer. And
of course it is. Of
course
it is.
One thing you can't teach is fight. I've never really agreed with that, but some people have it more naturally than others. That I would say. And one thing I would say about Fabio, this guy is a fighter. And I think he will give a problem to anyone. You can't just roll up against Wardley and say, yeah, he's a white collar boxer or an ex-white collar boxer. And I mean, he's got to lose that tag, and he's certainly got to lose that tag after Saturday night or Sunday night, because he's gone in there now. He's beaten David Adelaide, who also was an ABA champion. And was a lot was muted about him. He talked the talk. I actually love David Adelaide because he's another exciting guy. You know, he talks to that's the Nigerian in him. You know, we always hype up the show. And that was a big victory for him as well, Spence. You know, he's done an American, he's got an American on his resume at the O2. Man was trying to shoulder roll, but Fabio just clapping with an overhand right.
And he's got a former world title challenge on his resume as well.
In who?
What's that guy who got broke up by AJ and Wilder? What's his name? The little Mexican man with the droopy eye.
Mexican? Come on, the fight is right. Give me some. Who Spencer's talking about?
Molina. That's it, Molina. Thank you.
Oh yeah, he beat Molina as well.
He broke up Molina.
Yeah, all of this in 17 fights, Spence.
Exactly. You got to give me his dues, man.
I'm just looking at Fabio's. So Fabio's record right now stands at 17-0 with 1 draw. And if you look at his record, got Nathan Gorman in there, and that was a good. Even a Gorman fight, you know, he ain't had easy fights. You know, if you go through his record, you know, from the Nick Webb, Molina obviously was a name. Richard Lartey was a name that, remember, I think Daniel Dubois fought him. He had him out there in
he
2
broke
rounds.
up Nick Webb, though. Remember, he broke up Nick Webb.
He bust up Nick Webb 1 round. 1 round.
Bust him up, Tunde.
Bust him up 1 round. Just done the show. And obviously, David Adelaide now, a split decision draw with Commonwealth Games gold medalist and Olympian. So the road on the show continues for Fabio Wardley. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it brings me great pleasure to bring a young man that when we used to sneak into the Lynn on Sundays, climb through the windows and get in. And remember, Chris, on Sundays, man used to be in there, putting in the work. People don't know. I know the story of this young man and what he has had to go through in a sense of having a whole year out of the ring, but continuing to stay sharp, stay motivated. You know, self-motivation is a big thing. Anyway, let me stop the talk. Ladies and gentlemen, it brings me great pleasure to bring to you the one, the only, Chris Congo. Yeah, man, just rock up with the shades. We don't want to see no bumps, no bruises. Just slap. How you doing, young man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, we're good.
Good. Spence, what's going on, my brother?
You go. Listen, before we start, listen to this.
This is gonna be more points. Watch and see.
Yeah,
that was your man. Them as I looked in the change room, I just sent Caesar the message, and Caesar was saying, "Oh, please God," because Caesar was panicking. I said, "Listen, you can't bring no muscle-bound little short midget man to try to fight Chris Congo."
Never.
I've said it.
Come on. But Chris, I mean, let's just get straight to it. How are you feeling the day after? Listen, thank you so much. You know, you was in a fight last night. You boxed beautifully. I love the uppercuts. So it's obviously something you and your team was working on because he just couldn't block the uppercut. And I'm like, bro, this brother's got a big head.
He did block the uppercut, Tunde. He did block the uppercut with his head.
But Chris, how do you feel? How you feeling?
I feel good, man. I feel good. I'm happy that obviously I got the win. That the game plan that we had worked, and yeah, man, it was more of a breeze watching it than obviously being in the ring is different, ain't it? But when you watch it, it's different, obviously, coming back after such a long layoff, it's just like the first couple rounds, I had to get my bearings again, get my distance, get the timing right, because it's all good getting it in sparring, but getting it in the ring is actually totally different. So yeah, man, it took me a while to warm up, and I got there in the end, and the later rounds were my best rounds.
Absolutely. I feel that's where the experience really showed its head. I mean, how was it mentally going into the fight? Because I'll be honest with you, you know me, I'm a firecracker. When man's come up in my face, I don't care who you are. I'm always maybe I'm not gonna say it's a thing that I need to change because it's I am who I am and I respect people who are here. But how was it meant? Because I'm like, when I see this brother pushing you, I'm like, bro, I felt cool. So I'm like, bro, don't Crystal push him back in his face and slap him or something, bro. Like, don't try to disrespect. But that's what makes you you. You're a cool, calm, collected character. And I have to say, I do respect it. I'm just telling you how I feel. I'm like, bro, slap this little midget brother. Like, don't try to come up in man's face and talk. But I love the way you dealt with it. That's the first thing I would say. I love the way you dealt with it. And how did you feel inside? Was you like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but was it like, all right, cool, I'm going to get you, bro. Don't worry. Because I saw a bit of fire after the weigh-in. I saw the thing.
That's when the fire started lighting from then.
Yeah.
I knew now time is coming. It's only we're only couple hours away now. Yeah.
Yes.
This is gonna show if he's a real fighter, if he's really about his thing, whatever he says he's gonna do. Let's see if he can do it. And he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. He's lucky I didn't have 2-3 fights before
active,
that.
Yes.
I'd have finished that 6 rounds at least, 100%. Yeah. But for me to come back, even for me to come back, it was a good fight for me. I thought, yeah, this is perfect. This is a good comeback fight, you know. So it's not too easy. I wouldn't say it was my hardest test, but
you said that prior.
It was the right test for me.
Yes. Spence?
What was his strength like? Because you were very tentative in the first round, understandably so. You know what I mean? The first 2 rounds, like he was having a look, he's like, did you adjust to the power? Was the power not as you expected? Because loads of people were talking like he's some hellacious puncher and he's so strong and all the rest of it.
Yeah. My understanding to his power was for me, because I see him knock out all these guys, even though they're no one, I put his power to be up there.
Yes.
When I felt it, I was like, okay, it's just here. So
okay,
it wasn't like anything that I haven't felt. But for me personally, from my personal opinion, if I was Florian, I would move down to light water. I don't even know why he's competing at water.
Yeah. Why would you say that?
Say that again. I didn't hear that.
I said I think he should move down to light water.
Okay.
Why do you come to that assessment, Chris?
I don't know if it's me being a big welter, but I think that I don't think he's strong enough to compete at the higher level calibers at welterweight.
I did see that. Yeah, I kind of felt that as well. Actually.
Yeah, it was different. Me fighting someone like Echo, a solid welterweight, to fighting him, see me being in there, the levels was different.
Okay.
And you actually showed it. Your skill. I mean, I was listening to the commentator and they're like, oh, this is beautiful work by Chris. Bro, I know it wouldn't even gas me listening to it when I got home because them commentators was gassing you, bro. I was like, yeah, this is beautiful. For me personally, and obviously, you know how close me and Courts are, I'm like, I said to Courts a couple of days before, I said, ask Chris, you know, he's like, yeah, you know, like we've done all the work. And I was really happy to see all of you look in the ring. Big brother Elvis, bro, it was good, man. And again, I can't say it enough, Chris. I think if anyone deserves it more than you, I want to see them because I see how humble and dedicated you are, and you're also an inspiration to the youngers on the ends. You know, we come from the same area. I've watched you, as I said, man used to sneak into the Lynn on Sundays when man had the key from Danny Williams. Danny Williams gave us the key, Spence. You understand? And we used to go in there, we used to train, and it's just a great story. Don't be like me. Continue to be the humble. Not that I'm not humble, but I'm very aggressive.
No, you said it right the first time, Tun.
No, I'm humble. But I want you to just keep being who you are. Because I feel that I just feel that where we come from, our particular environment and our particular demographic, a lot of youngsters feel they have to portray a certain character. You see what I'm saying?
course.
And you've proven and are showing that you can be what you want to be and keep that same humility. So I just want to say hats off to you for keeping the same you, Chris.
Well, you
Thank
know
you,
what?
man.
Also in that fight, yeah, Chris,
Mhm.
there was times where you like the administering the work of the jab to the body for a tall guy.
I
You was
see that.
jabbing to the body neat. But you know what? I remember you used to do that from the amateur days. Like you'd fake upstairs and stab the body. And you were stabbing his body quite a few times. And like I remember at the end of the second round, he goes back to the corner. Cause you was boxing cleverly. Now when you look back on it, it was actually you just being clever to say, right, you know what? I don't feel no big punches from you. I'm on the move.
Mhm.
And like you went back to the corner, what's it? Dalton Smith's dad, yeah? It was like, he's scared. Da, da, da. That man had some vicious overconfidence, you know that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we thought
You
that
know
was
what
a
I
big
mean?
thing.
He's like, he's scared. He doesn't want to, he doesn't want to engage. You got it. So the arrogance was his undoing.
Chris,
Of
was you
course.
expecting him to go southpaw and in the fight?
Yes, definitely. We drilled that. We was waiting for that. That's why when he turned southpaw, the
Bam.
first shot I threw was the right hand
The right hand.
downstairs.
Yeah. I see
When
that.
he
I said,
comes to
yeah,
that,
these man.
he switched.
Yeah,
He
so you done
switched.
your homework. Yeah, that was
I threw
brilliant. I saw
the
that. I was
right
like,
hand downstairs, waited again, pretending to go down, switched it up. Then that's when he switched. So we knew he was gonna do that. We even brought in southpaws just in case. We even had Roy. I was sparring Royston Barney Smith.
yes,
Sharp,
yeah, young.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was sparring him some rounds with him. So we
What would you
was
like?
more than prepared.
Sorry, what would you like next for yourself, Chris? I mean, we're on a run now. We've got to keep this thing going. We've got to stay on the phone to these man here. What would you personally like now, especially on this great victory or off the back of this great victory last night?
Off of this, I would love to go for the European title.
Oh wow!
Yeah, who holds that at this
kid
present
that's
moment?
got it. French guy. He's a bit unknown. His name's Jordy Wise. He's a French brother, and yeah, it'll be a good chance for him to come over and himself and me get a shot at the title.
Can you see yourself moving up to 154? I mean, as you said just a few minutes ago, you're very,
I hear
very
that Chris makes the way easy, you know?
You know what? On fight week, I was even lower than 154. It was
You see?
sometimes come like a bit too easy, But I'll move up to 154 and take a fight there as well. I'll bounce up and down. It's no problem.
come on. Yeah. I love them AB talk. Yeah.
It's got to be done. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
trust me. We're going where the money is, and if you can make 147, I think 154. I mean, in this country, 147 in this country, you got the Irish
Josh
boy,
Kelly, your old amateur rival.
Josh
Yeah.
Kelly. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
we can run that in the pros, definitely.
Yeah. Some good fights for you.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, Chris, listen, it's been an absolute pleasure and honor having you on, especially a day after the fight. And all I can say, me personally, knowing you and watching you and knowing all your brothers, Obed, a lot of people don't know, Obed was the man.
Obed was the guy.
Obed was the don. Obed looked like some uncle Jefferson now, bro. Is that I couldn't even? I said, "Oh, is that Obed?" I said, "Nah, mate. We need to pull him out of 805, Chris, or them Congolese. Pull him out of the Congolese restaurants." Because, but it was beautiful to see a family together, and that was amazing performance from yourself last night. Keep doing what you're doing. Sure. Keep being humble. Do your talking with your fists.
Of course.
And from me, I wish you all the best. Nothing but the best.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate
Chris,
it.
Big up yourself, man. Congratulations again, man. You made my prediction look good.
Love. No doubt.
Keep doing what you're doing, Chris.
Big up, man.
Over.
Yeah,
man.
I like. So I like big up Chris, and as I said, man, he's such a humble. He's not really a talker like that, you know, and he don't need to change his ways. You know, that's who he is. He ain't trying to be someone different. Boxing is his life, and I've seen that from such a young boy, a young you. The check left hook, he needs certain fights. That's what I'm saying. You know, when you're out the ring for so long, certain things it take a little while to come on. But he's a talent, and let's not forget, he's only lost 2 fights against good fighters.
And yeah.
And some could say, you know, if you think about the McKinson fight, you know, just that drop, you know, I mean, look at the scoring, 94-95, 94-95.
It was a close fight, son.
That's close.
It was a close fight. It was a close fight.
You know, and also, if you look at the Echo fight, the Echo fight is even closer. 114-115. A draw on Phil Edwards' cards, 114-114, and 113-116. So, you know, listen, Chris is up there, and he's got his swing. You know, the as I was saying, the momentum's back now, and let's keep on it. All right, so I mean, I spoke about it. Big up Callum Simpson, KO victory, back with a bang, as they say, against Dula Mbaby. I don't know where they find this brother from, but he had I don't know where they find this brother from.
Tunde, you found him. He's one of your cousins.
Bro, these Tanzanians, man, there. Bro, you can't mess about with them because you don't know what they're coming with. The guy had 34 wins. Out of those 34 wins, he had 29 knockouts. Yes,
exactly.
You know, understandably, he had 14 losses, but he'd only been stopped 3 times of those 14 losses, and he had one.
Kadir said they found him in Peckhampton.
yeah, 100%. But if he was in Peckham, he would have come from Lagos, because bro, Peckham's Lagos. But you know, listen, again, you can't take no one for granted. This guy was coming with a puncher's record, and there was a few times in those few rounds where he was capping Callum with some good shots. But Callum did what Callum does, and you know, listen, fair play to Callum. The fight we all want to see now is the fight versus Zach Chelly for the British title. I saw them arguing whether it should be up north or in London. Zach is adamant he wants it in London, but Callum saying he's the draw. I'm the one bringing the fans. Come up, son. You don't care if you got the belt. You got to come up to Barnsley or wherever it is. Yeah, I think it's Barnsley. But yeah, pick up Callum. Moving on, Vidal Riley won a points decision, a unanimous points decision against former British champion Mikel Lawal. Spencer, Fearon, give us your rundown on the fight.
He said he got his rib broke after the second round, right?
Yeah, he said he fractured his rib after the first round. Apparently,
how did he know the rib was fractured? Did he get X-ray in there? How did he know it was fractured?
Bro, wait, I'm just repeating what Vidal said.
I'm just saying to you.
What have I heard Vidal say?
Listen, I'm a big fan of his technical ability, right? I am. I do.
News fest without that. Nah.
Right. Tunde, no,
I'm gonna say my part after you say your part. Yeah, go on.
Tunde, the fight was dead. Let's be real. You know what I mean? The fight was dead. It was like I was at a funeral.
What's the matter with you? You can't say
no, Tunde, listen to me, yeah? If you could take my praise, you could take my criticism at the same time.
All right, but not many people can do that. But
listen, bro. I don't business. If somebody's telling me something, if it's their opinion and it's coming from an educated standpoint.
I mean, there's so many people online agreeing with you, so I'm not saying
Tunde, let's be real. The fight was dead. The most excitement that we got for that whole thing was Isaac Chamberlain going at him after the fight. That was the most exciting.
But you forgot Shep was trying to do a yardman thing and bum rush the show. Shep tried to come in the thing and like, nah, mate. This ain't the zone, mate. Don't try to come and get over 2 minutes of fame. Stay out there. But it was Shep making all the commotion.
Listen to me, yeah. Let's keep this thing totally 100, right? Isaac Chamberlain come across like a G yesterday, right? Because the way I was talking to my man, and my man was like, and I could see like when Vidal said, yeah, but you beat the same man and you was crying in the ring. Like you saying,
No,
yeah.
that was funny. No, you can't tell me that weren't funny. That was funny. That was funny, Spence. That's what I'm saying.
Right?
You've got to understand character. Go on, carry on. You carry
Yeah,
on.
no, so it was funny, but end of the day, I'm just gonna be real. You had a big stage and you was running down for having the opportunity to fight Isaac Chamberlain. Or for that win yesterday, would that warrant you fighting Isaac Chamberlain? Not saying that you can't go in there with Isaac Chamberlain. I'm saying there was no excitement there because Isaac's not a puncher. And yesterday, you didn't commit to say that you was a puncher. And each time you was hearing his dad, what's his dad's name? Vidal's dad.
Oh, sugar. What an
Right,
embarrassment.
anyway. Well, Vidal's
Yeah.
dad was saying, all right, son, he was telling him, like, you got to step it up now. You know what I mean? You got to kind of go for it. Because the dad knows this is an entertainment business, right? People come at their house to be entertained,
Yes.
right? If we want to go to sleep, we can stay in our
Derek,
house, bro.
Sorry. It just come on, man. Vidal's dad's name is Derek.
All right, there, yeah, right? Who's done fantastic with his son, right? He has done fantastic because he's been with his son from the get-go, right? I remember seeing Vidal in the amateurs, but I'm just going to be
Vidal
real.
won everything. Vidal was one of the best young
But
amateurs.
Siobhan Clarke did beat him in the amateurs, though, innit?
Yeah, well, I know as a junior, Vidal was the best young amateur around.
Bruh,
Anyway, go ahead.
He was picking up titles like how you used to pick up chicken and chips on the weekend. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. So I'm saying I'm just gonna have to be totally 100 on this one. That doesn't warrant interest, Tunde, for you versus Isaac Chamberlain.
But
It doesn't.
Shouldn't there be some credit given to? Let's take into consideration that he had a fractured rib from round one.
Tunde.
How easy? Wait. How easy he made it look, Spence. It was easy. The fight was easy. Lawal didn't win one round.
Tunde, regardless that he made it look easy, yeah? Right? It wasn't exciting.
Yeah, I definitely. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna. Man saying no X-rays.
Exactly. When man told me about he got fractured rib, yeah, I'm saying, what did someone do an X-ray in the 1 minute corner? Did they do an
I don't
X-ray
know
on
about
him?
that. What I'm saying is,
did he leave? Did in that 1 minute? Did he leave and go to St. Thomas's Hospital to get an X-ray on his to tell us what it was?
Wait. We're being
Bruv,
stupid. We're being stupid.
Shut up, man.
All I'm saying is that Vidal made that fight easy, Spence. Yes, when you box like that, you ain't giving the fans what they want because fans want to see a rockers. But I guess there will be a time, if it's not Vidal's fault, if Lawal cannot engage properly, if Lawal don't have the footwork to close him down and make him fight.
Ton, listen to me, yeah? I rate Vidal Riley a lot. I've even posted to you on my gram. I rate the skills that he demonstrates. But
Kramer said he took a shot and he didn't like it.
Right, exactly. So I'm saying to you, Tunde, I was not impressed with that performance. Right?
Isn't it a case of look bad in this one and look better in the next?
Or yeah, win this one, look good in the next one.
Yes.
Is the old adage. But I hear that one. But no, because his corner was urging him to go do something. You can listen to his dad, Derek. His dad was urging his son to go and do something.
I mean, in hindsight now, if we know, if maybe Vidal wasn't making it known to his dad that his rib was fractured. I mean, he was moving very well for someone with a fractured rib, but I will say that.
Let me tell you this, Tunde. Yeah? Tunde, let me tell you this, yeah. I've had a fractured rib. Yeah. I've had the bone come out the cartilage. Right? And I hear that bit, well, you had a fractured rib. You were still putting in shots and all the rest of it on on Lawal. And Lawal's got to really stop all this wicked talk, you know. You know what I mean? Because I'm hearing bare wicked talk at the press conference, they'll try to hype me up. Bare wicked talk, you know.
That's a Nigerian thing. There's a lot of Nigerians.
You don't know me, bro. You don't know me, bro. Yeah, but
there's a lot of Nigerians. They talk. You know, Nigerians are the best talkers on the planet Earth, but sometimes
they're incredible.
The majority of them don't back it up. You're not looking at hearing.
And that's not me taking that and going from Lawal, because you know what? You became a British champion. I can't take that. I got to congratulate you for that. Right?
Did become a British champion.
There was no urgency inside of his work at all.
Yes.
None whatsoever. Right? And I'm saying, Lawal is a specimen, you know, and he can punch. You know what I mean? If I had him and I'm seeing this man run around the place like what Figgy was doing, Tunde, I'm gonna rush him, you know, with some body shots.
Man say the jab I gave you fractured your rib.
Listen, the only jab Tunde can give me is like when he's taking heroin. Because
don't come spread no bad fool. This man ain't never smoked.
About jab, you idiot.
This man ain't never smoked in his life, Spencer. You know what? Give me a joke. I said to my son, you know, your dad ain't never had a drink in his life, son. I've never touched alcohol. My son said, when my son got about 15 years, he's like, Dad, you was lying to me. I saw a picture with you and mum, and he had like a little Thunderbird in your eye. Remember Thunderbird? My son said, you've been lying to me all these years, Dad, that you've never had a drink. I said, I don't worry. So that was for the camera.
Red wine. I remember back in the day we used to go out to this, a glass of red wine, try to have it and swirl it. And Tunde used to smell it as well, you know. I said, look at this little idiot.
Dragons, Kanai. Man had a bottle of Kanai in his hand. Remember Kanai? Yes, that's how.
Kanai was a serious drink, you know.
Kanai says the blue Kanai, and remember the blue Kanai was a serious drink, you know. Mate.
Stop realize rabbit about talking about alcohol.
Every player had to have a Kanai in their hand. And what was
Kanai?
The
Pink
other
lady.
The small one in the one in the small bottle. Remember?
Cherry B.
Huh?
Cherry B.
Cherry B. Come on, Spencer. You know every man had them in their yard. In the little, remember the globe? The globe. Did you have one of the globes?
Yeah, you open it out.
Yeah.
I remember country used to have one of them. The country had one of them in the house.
The globe
about globe.
Was serious. Yeah, Magnum. Yeah, Magnum was about as well. Yeah, and 2020s. 2020 drinks. Anyway, we've gone off subject again. But yeah, I feel that Vidal, regardless of what anyone says, I think he made that fight look so easy. And I feel faced with another challenge, I think we'll see another side of him. You know, we'll see another side. And I don't know. I mean, listen, I see the way Isaac is running up in the interview and everything like that, and talking and building a fight, which is what you're supposed to do, which is how we got Snowball. That's the drink, Adrian.
The green drink.
Snowball.
Yeah, the green.
Snowball. It was the Snowball. That's the drink. Yeah, come on. Come on, yeah. It ain't gonna be easy for Isaac. I'm telling you, I've watched Vidal when me and you was
Tunde, I don't disagree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you on that to say it wouldn't be. I'm not disagreeing with you. What I am saying is this. I just expected to see a better performance from Vidal Riley yesterday, right? And I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt to say that he broke up his rib, right? I'm going to give you that one, because the guy that I saw fight yesterday is not the guy that I'm accustomed to seeing, right? But if you cracked your rib in the second round, you never showed me nothing from the first round, bro. You know what I mean? And that's the truth. Not turning around saying he's a precocious talent. I think he's very, very talented. But
speed, everything. And
right, but he's given. Sorry, Ton. He's given Chamberlain some different confidence now, you know.
Yeah, but that all don't mean nothing, because when you get in the ring, it's going to be the skills. And I'm telling you, Vidal is holding something in the locker. I feel that nobody yet has been able to bring out of him what he's got inside of him. And I feel we may see that with Isaac, because Isaac will have a goal, definitely. Yeah, there's no, listen, I've known Isaac thing coming. One thing I know about Isaac Chamberlain, he has got nuts and guts. Isaac has got what did Chris Eubanks use? Testicular fortitude. Bro, you know when Chris come in the ring, I just knew it. You just knew he was gonna say Rastafari. When we see Chris Eubanks and like this,
that's the Rasta movement, That is the power,
When you saw
that's
Chris,
the Rasta thing.
I was thinking, I was like, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He's gonna say Rastafari. He's gonna say Rastafari. He said, yeah. And Harlem has what I have, testicular fortitude. Yes, right. Rastafari. I said, I said, yeah, I said, this guy is Chris Eubanks is actually a national treasure, Spence. And it's gonna be a good fight. And let's talk about that. Is anyone we forgot? No, we cannot forget Ben Whittaker performance. And I would say,
let me just get my charger. My feet.
I would say, Spencer's just getting his charger. But I think the what's the word? The catch of the night has to go to the young man Leon Willens. I saw a young man, only 8 fights in there with an Olympic silver medalist. And he was showing skills seldomly seen by someone at that level. He was shouldering, he was evading, he was coming shots at different angles. And for me, as a trainer, I would say the most impressive performance against the other side of the card, the left-hand side of the card, was Leon Williams. He was up against it. He was on a massive stage, taking a fight, I believe, at a few days' notice. And he was Ben Whittaker couldn't do what Ben Whittaker does. He actually was in, he won comfortably, but, sometimes the scorecard doesn't really reflect the performance. And I would personally like to say, Leon, you got a bright future. Just keep on working hard. Keep on training. Keep on developing the style, what you got. Actually, is my kind of style. I'm just being real. I don't always train you, but that's my thing. Like that movements, you need to, listen, you develop that style with repetition. And so hopefully you and your trainer can keep on working hard to develop that style, because you've got something there, young man. I believe you was like a central area champ or so before. But you're a good fighter. You're a good fighter. I don't know how old you are. Let me see.
Son, I give that kid a lot of props, because
where's Ben Whittaker? Yeah, Ben Whittaker against Leon Williams. So only 23 years young.
Well then, there's one loss in his career.
The youth has got Jake Barton. He stopped him, then won on points. He's got an early defeat against Robbie Chapman, who didn't have a good career. Some may say he's even a journeyman, but I don't know what went wrong there. Maybe he was at the wrong weight, because he looks like that guy was a super middleweight. But suffice to say, Leon, from what I saw last night, keep doing what you're doing, keep developing. Good performance. What do you think? What do you have to say about Ben Whittaker's performance last night?
I'm gonna be real with you. Do you see Ben Whittaker kind of stick it on Andy Clarke?
You know me, I don't watch these things, Spence. So I didn't really see it.
It's like there was a pre-fight interview which he did, and he said, "Who would you like to fight next?" He goes, "Maybe you, because you're always criticizing me, saying that I'm being disrespectful. That it's artistry that is going on." And then he kind of stuck it on. He said, "Oh, sorry, have you ever boxed?" And Andy Clarke was like, "No, I haven't." And he kind of had his back up. You know what I mean? He kind of put Andy Clarke up a bit by that. Say, "You ain't boxed, bro. You can't tell me nothing." Right? But what I am saying is, because people were saying to him, like, he's hearing a lot of it, this is disrespectful, you're overly cocky, you're this, and all the rest of it. I think the first 2 rounds, he wasn't trying to be cocky, yeah?
Yeah, he came out serious.
Yeah, but it wasn't himself, because him coming out, that's not his style. So he should have stayed to what he should have like disregarded what people are saying about him and stuck to his style. And also, when people say, "Oh, well, he went rounds with this guy," Ben Whittaker is not an hellacious puncher. He's a skills man,
Okay.
right? So, but what we have to bear in mind is this: Ben Whittaker was an elite amateur, right? You went to the finals of the Olympics and done one better than Joshua Boateng. You got a bronze, you got a silver medal,
Mm-hmm.
right? Losing to the same man. So we have to
The
look at
same
that
man that what?
that beat Boateng,
Okay.
right?
I didn't know that. I ain't seen
No,
none of them.
the same man that won the gold. I know he didn't beat Boateng. Boateng lost to somebody else, right? So I'm saying like you have to look on that and know like you have to give um Ben Whittaker his props because Ben Whittaker is a very, very good fighter, but he's listening to other people now. Because when man is saying like, "Oh, but your style and blah," listen, Ben Whittaker, please, just carry on doing you. You know what I mean? Because you doing you got you to be a national champion, got you to be a multinational champion, got you to be an Olympic silver medalist. You being you, don't change up your style. Do your thing. It doesn't matter who wants to complain and say, "Oh, well, we don't like the style and blah." Yeah, tighten up on certain things, no doubt, but carry on doing your style of being loose, languid, and all the rest of it. Because people actually are coming out to be entertained. You're doing your thing, but I'm saying to you, be respectful in doing your thing, but just do your thing, bro. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Do your thing.
Well, I absolutely agree with you in terms of being who you are. Um, but that style is very limited to the level of opponent you're fighting, Spence. That's
Yeah,
just
I
the
hear
truth.
that.
That's just the
Okay.
truth.
And Tundi, I hear that.
So,
But he
so you
boxed that
can't.
style in the amateurs, Tundi,
Yeah. But
and won
Spence.
a silver medal.
Yeah, but Spence.
And he
Spence.
boxed the best in the world, Tundi.
Listen to me, Spence. Amateur boxing is 3 rounds.
Yep.
Mental, as we saw in that 8 round fight, I believe it was 8 rounds. As
Yeah.
the fight went on, the tricks weren't working because the mental energy came into it. So I'm not trying to say that he should. What I'm trying to say is that those things cannot carry on as the level goes up. Go and try all that with a better BF. Go and try all that with a Kovalev. Go and try all that with a Bivol. Go and try
Tundi.
all that
Tundi. He's
with a
he's only
wait,
had
wait, wait, wait,
what's
wait,
he
wait,
had,
wait.
8 fights?
Go and try that. Wait. Go and try that with a Benavides. Go and try that with a. You ain't never seeing that. You just can't. And I'm not even mentioning my man, but you. Yeah. Let's not even go there. But I'm saying we know that style cannot prevail. The higher the levels goes up. Me, I'm a great Ben Whittaker fan, and I just feel that he does need to do what he did in the first round. If you remember, he dropped the guy in the first round. But then as he dropped him, he started to do the nonsense again. Yeah, but it was the seriousness in the beginning of the fight which enabled him to get the knockdown. So what I'm saying is this shows that there's a lot of mental fortitude that is needed at the higher level. And it is early days. Right now, he's building his brand. He's built a fantastic brand. I've said it from day one. Ben Whittaker is one of my favorite top picks for being a champion. I just feel that he needed a fight like that. He needed that fight on yesterday night because he will look at within himself, not what everyone said. But listen, people love to hate, and that's why. If there were any advice, yes, it would be don't even listen to anybody. Just do what you feel is best for you, Mr. Whittaker, and just keep busy. Listen, you don't, as Spencer said, you don't win silver medals if you ain't something
You don't.
in the
You know.
Olympics. So it's a case of just taking the craft more seriously. I think your name's out there now already. So,
His name's
but
out there viciously.
I'm not gonna I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the other young man that was in the ring that night, because I feel that he actually now is gonna make Ben Whittaker take his craft to the next level. Come on, man! Stop mentioning Ant's name with these levels of fighters. Ant is an elite fighter.
Let's not talk about Andy Yarde today, please.
Yeah, let's not even bring Andy
Right.
into this thing here. Come on, let's talk about the card last night, which was a fantastic card. So yeah, I think that has been it. We spoke of Alan Babbitt, we spoke of Callum Simpson, we spoke about Vidal Riley, we spoke about Ben Whittaker and Liam Williams. We also spoke about Chris Congo, fantastic, and obviously we spoke about two young men that gave us possibly the fight of the year until Anthony Yarde fights again.
What happened to your brethren?
Who's that?
Your brethren, you know, for a long time. The little lisp out, man.
Huh?
The little lisp out you from America. What happened to your mic? Oh, hello?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear you. What happened to that little lisp? Yeah, you know, because that's what I'm finding. What happened to the lisp out you, man? Rolly, what happened to him? Rolly, what happened to him?
I just clocked what you talking about. Bro, you need to start having some respect for these, man. How you call him lisp out, man? Bro, Rolly Ramirez. Rollies.
Yeah, what happened to him?
All right. Well, no, we got. Oh, listen. So we spoke about the card. Everyone on the card. Alan Babbitt, well done. Callum Simpson, well done. Vidal Riley, well done. Ben Whittaker, well done. Chris Congo, well done. And Fabio Wardley and Fraser Clarke, both men, stand up. Give yourselves a round of applause, because you gave us possibly one of the fights, if not the fight of the year. But we're still early in the year. But we fought in January and won the fight of the year. I had to get that in there. So you never know. When Ant fights again, we will know it's excitement. So anyway, what I don't understand is that the fight hadn't been signed when both men got in the ring yesterday. And by that, I mean Adam Azim and Harlem Eubanks, which means that we're not going to see Dalton Smith versus Adam Azim, which I think is the right decision.
Well, I see Knockman was cussing. I see Sam Jones cussing. Nah, it's a blatant duck, because they don't want him to fight Dalton. It's a blatant duck. It's a liberty. Like I said, there's history there.
Sorry, I gotta go back. Just take a step back. I just got a text from a Facebook comment from your friend Ben Dougherty. Sonny Edwards says, if I was Ben Whittaker, I'd been fuming at this commentary as the home fighter. I've never seen a panel so ready to slaughter the fighter they are investing in. Who knows? Maybe he'll be a free agent soon. Sonny Edwards. But it comes with the territory. You know, the people even commentating might be hating on you. And it seems that is the case. But guess what? Nazim said it. Many have said it. If they're talking about you, positive or negative, you're doing the right thing. And most times, if they're talking negative about you, you're definitely doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Because no one will be talking about someone who ain't, riling them up in some shape or form. So yeah. Anyway, we ain't gonna see Dalton Smith against Adam Azim. We're now gonna get. We hope. I did read a tweet from Adam earlier on today saying he's now signed for the fight. So can we take it as though the fight is done, signed, sealed, and delivered, Spencer?
I can phone you back now, but what's the time? That's a bit late, so forget that one.
It's late, isn't it? Jeez.
Yeah, I'll give you 5 more minutes. I'm going to my bed, bro. I got a plane to catch tomorrow, too. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you're going to Jordan, right?
Yeah, going to Jordan.
What do you
Yeah,
think about
going
this
to
fight, Spence? Let's get on it.
I'm going to be real with you, yeah? I haven't seen enough of Eubank to give a pro. I've seen him fight a couple times, but I haven't seen enough of him. I haven't really sat down to study him. So, because I haven't drawn enough to study him, I don't want to make any assumption. But I like when he said, like, yeah, I know Adam doesn't want it. I know you don't want it. But the way he said it is like, maybe you know something that we don't know.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because that was, you know what I mean? Because I thought Adam was going to fire back and say something. He never said nothing.
It's going to be a good fight. Because one thing I know I can say about Harlem, he lives the life. He's a very, very dedicated individual. Some may say he doesn't have power. Well, he stopped his last opponent from what I can remember. And his father was a fighter. Obviously, his uncle is Chris Eubanks.
He's two uncles. He's two
His
uncles.
two uncles. Oh, three of them.
All of them were twins.
All of them were boxers. So it's like he's been brought up in a boxing fraternity. So it actually may be, I mean, on paper, you can say it's the first time Adam will be facing a guy 19-0, generally coming to win the fight, has ambitions of himself. I mean, he was talking about, and Chris Eubanks. It's so funny how people change, because if I remember rightly, Chris Eubanks Sr. was saying Harlem shouldn't be fighting like water. He made a big thing about it as well.
Yeah.
Money make the world go round, Spencer. And a man will dedicate himself to get to that weight, regardless. So we'll see. Adam seems very confident from the face-off. And yeah, let's talk about it when the fight is signed, when they have the press conference, and the closer the fight get. Now, last thing, Tim Tszyu took an almighty gamble with his belt and took on the towering Inferno with 10 days notice. A brother who's 6'6".
That's ridiculous. And a junior middleweight. That's ridiculous.
And a light middleweight. There's no preparation you're getting in 10 days to fight someone. And this is why fighters, beware of that next fight syndrome. Because already they was talking about, after this fight, I'm fighting Crawford. No, brother. You're not fighting Crawford. Now you ain't got nothing to offer. Now the WBO today have ordered Fundora versus Terence Crawford. Even though the big fish, Errol Spence, got in a ring after and said, yeah, you're facing a big dog now, man. You're facing a big dog now. Bro, Terence Crawford said Errol Spence looked like a linebacker. Bryce said he looked like a linebacker. He's so big. And then Terence is like, bro, don't try to jump the queue. So yeah, but what I think may happen is that I think that they may vacate the WBO and fight Crawford, because it's PBC business. It's PBC. So who knows? Whatever way, Tara and Inferno, I don't know if you're gonna hold that belt for long. I don't know how much Errol Spence has got left though. I do not know how much Errol Spence has got left.
Well, he's left.
Yeah, but in the Tim Tszyu fight, did you actually see it, Spence?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah,
that cut, was bleeding from his skull, and I'm like, are they gonna let this carry on? Because the thing didn't stop, dripping in his eyes and everything from round. It was an absolute bloodbath. If you thought Fabio was a bloodbath, this one was even worse. And they didn't seem to have any ointment or adrenaline to stop or cull the blood. It was a madness. And you got to take it to Tim Tszyu. I did read a comment today that said, see, credit to Tim Tszyu for being a warrior, very admirable, taking the fight on 10 days notice Yeah, you're getting a little round of applause, but no one don't care about that no more. You lost your belt. You lost your belt, and that's what it is sometimes. People will have to make smart decisions. Remember, Fundora, before his loss against Brian Mendoza, he was a dangerous guy that no one was really remembering. He bust up Eric Lubinson.
He broke up Lubinson
He
viciously.
punch up Lubinson, bust up, he disfigured him. In fact, he actually disfigured him. And I'm like, that is a dangerous fight to take on such short notice. But credit to Fundora, him now, Tim Tszyu. That's what I call him, Tim Tszyu. Yeah, Charlo called him Tim Tszyu or something. Charlo was cracking me up. But he now joins a selected few of a brother and sister holding a world title simultaneously. Because remember, his sister's, I think she's a flyweight or something, one of them weights, but she's also a world champion. So fantastic for the Fundora family. And finally, Rolando Romero got bust up. He must be the luckiest you in boxing. This brother has got 2 mega fights.
Listen,
He's become a 2-time world champion. It's amazing, actually, what he's achieved, and he's a winner on all accounts. But credit, I'm very happy for, even though I don't know them, Isaac Cruz. Apparently, from what I've heard, boxing has been in their family for 60 years, and he's the first one from the family to win a world title.
and that's beautiful.
That's
You know
beautiful.
what I
So
mean?
that shows you, when you're looking at these guys winning titles, there's a big sacrifice that's come, behind it. Same with the
Massive
Fundora
sacrifice.
family. The dad gave up everything, and it's a boxing family. So it's like, yeah, big up Fundora, big up Isaac Cruz, and I think we should end it on that, Spence.
We should.
We should end it on that. But big up Ezra's Lande, Lara at 41 years, KO'd Michael Zafora also on the bill, and Kermel Moulton, TMT's young little Javante.
He had a
He had
war,
a good fight. He had a war, good fight, winning by unanimous decision, and it's good for young prospects to see this. It's good for young prospects to see this. I know the game is not easy, and it's a long road. Yep,
It
Specs.
is.
We've done
Yeah,
our
mate.
job.
We certainly have.
Bro.
Thank you for everyone for tuning in. We didn't go yesterday because we had prior engagements, but yep, I'm off to Jordan tomorrow to oversee all the aid that's coming from 313 Almadina charity for you know what I mean. So massive props to them. Tunde is going to be back in the gym. Adam Lord, thank you very much for the £8.
And Nathan, I did pick you up, but I'll say it again. Thank you for the 199, Nathan Bailey, R. Whittaker, and Marku hype jobs. Well, I don't think you can't call. I think we did answer that. You can't call Whittaker a hype job. Absolutely not, because he's just, he won a Olympic silver medalist. He deserves the attention he's got. It's a long road in professional boxing, and that's what we all have to take into consideration. He's still, although he's like 26 years young, he's just learning the sport of professional boxing and what it entails and what comes with it, and the pressures most time come from the outside, dealing with fans or so-called fans, dealing with the bots, dealing with the people that are employed to rub you the wrong way. Because believe it or
The
not,
bots, the bots.
the bots, that's what you call it, the bots. Not everyone is always on your side in this game, but you just need to stay focused, stay on your thing, and it's all good. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Where are the shades, Tunde? What's these ones? Tom Fords are not there. Let me get them out. Yeah. Today was good, Spence.
Yeah,
Today
it was a
nice
blessing.
show.
Yeah, it was a blessing. Thanks to Chris Congo for coming on. Yeah,
Much love for Chris. Much love to Chris Congo for coming on a day after the fight. Now let me just pick up a few people that joined us. Jay Jenner snaps, Tony Pugilist boy, come on, all day, every day. Edna Good, half past the lovely fashion. I'm not looking at her name, but big up Karma Serene, all the way from the US of A. Dotty Girl, where you been, man? It's like I ain't seen Dotty Girl for a hot minute. Big up Dotty Girl, Kurt Campbell, Motley Spool, Mickey Dub, Snaps, Brian Johnson, Adrian Waters, JK Better Love, Air Max 90, King, Kevin Worrell, Latino Heat Entertainment TV, and up. Nathan Bailey, I already said that. That guy, Brandon Wilson, come on. There, Stid UK. Abdul Kadaya Jumali is the name. So many of you, still close to 700 people live with us. Old Tight CJ, James Hunt, Teep 786, Wayne McCleary. The list goes on and on. Spence, it's just too much to mention. Old Tight Mickey Dub, you know the set, bro. Alfie Black, the one and only. Come on. Mr. African Style TV. Boxing Royale. Old Tight. What we got coming up though, Spence? What we got coming up? Boxing. Obviously, I know Fury Usyk. I definitely know that.
Yeah. Fury Usyk is the only thing that's on my mind. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else.
What else? What are we now? We're April. Oh, we got Canelo coming up. I know that. That's gonna be we was talking about that in the gym today. Canelo against this brother. What's
Mungaya.
Mungaya is gonna be a serious fight, you know, Spence.
Well, you called it, you know. I've never thought there's no way that fight's gonna happen.
This fight is gonna be two Mexicans, real Mexicans.
Haney Garcia, Tunde, come on. It's on the 20th. Haney Garcia, that's the 20th of April.
Oh, wow. Yeah, 420. It's going to be a Tunde, big fight.
I just got a feeling that fight's not going to happen, bro.
It's funny, isn't it? It's like, I mean, he's calmed down a little bit more. I mean, I haven't really been on social. I just switch it on just to post. But it seems, from what I can feel, like he's calmed down a lot in the social, Ryan Garcia, as we're moving closer to the fight. Am I right in saying that? Yeah, so that fight is literally around the corner, April the 20th. Today's the 1st of April. I saw the little April Fool's tweet with KSI tweeting that he's fighting George Foreman. And
Tunde,
also I saw one from Hassim Ratman's son.
Is it?
Saying that Tyson Fury has failed Mike Tyson has failed the medicals.
He said April Fool's.
Was that April Fool, yeah?
It's an April Fool's joke.
It's nonsense. Yeah, you're begging it.
I'm telling you this now, Tunde. Yeah? That if KSI did fight George Foreman would knock him out.
Bro, George Foreman, bro, even with his old self.
George Foreman would knock him out, Tunde.
Those hammer fists are not
George Foreman would knock him out, Tunde.
Yeah, you might be right. All right, let's wrap it up, Spence. Ladies and gentlemen, we will end the show in exactly the same way we started it, with a magical thank you, everyone, for joining us. Let me just say again, we end the show with the magical words of dream it, believe it, become it.
Come on up, Rasta.
Come, Rastafari.
Rastafari, Tunde. Rastafari.
All day, every day.